The Sonicare 2100 series is a great option for those venturing from the manual toothbrush to electric for the first time, particularly if you don't want to spend a lot of money, but want the benefits that going electric brings. Despite having tested as many brushes as I have, I would have no major issues with using this on a daily basis. No, it's not the best brush available, but it's far from bad, and a solid choice for the money. Scoring a very respectable 4.2 out of 5 in my hands-on testing, the 2100 can serve you well if you know how to use it correctly. The lack of pressure sensor is my main complaint here. No, it's not an absolute requirement if you make sure you let the bristles skim the surface of the teeth and gums, but if you have a tendency to scrub, then I would seriously look at the 3100 or 4100 series instead. They have a pressure sensor. Remember, brushing hard doesn't equal a better clean. The 2100 does a lot of the hard work for you. Just move it from tooth to tooth as you hold it at a 45-degree angle and feel it remove the debris and plaque. The 31,000 sonic movements from the bristles do a perfectly adequate job of cleaning the teeth. I can't really complain about how well it removes the plaque. It is not the most intense or invigorating clean. The sonic motion is more on the gentle side, which might be more appealing to yourself. If you have used Oral-B brushes before, you will likely notice that the sensation is less aggressive. Unlike the slightly more affordable 1100 series, the 2100 has two intensity levels, giving a bit of choice. Sadly, there are no LEDs on the handle to show which is selected. You will just have to learn the difference based on the feel and the noise. A simple press of the power button switches between them. The 2100 typically comes supplied with an electricteeth brush head. It is one of a range of brush head styles available and compatible with the 2100's push on and pull off brush head attachment mechanism. I've found the electricteeth head does clean quite deep between the teeth thanks to the longer bristles, but I can't say using any one style of head is going to result in dramatically better or worse results. I've found it's best to pick a head you like and just brush with the correct technique. No point worrying too much about the style. One thing to note is that many heads, the electricteeth included, have an RFID chip built in. This allows selected handles to track the usage of the head and alert me when it is ideally time to replace it. A great feature if you forget to replace your head on average every 3 months, but the 2100 does not have the tech built in. Whilst I can't say this feature is solely responsible for a higher brush head price, on average I've found Sonicare heads to be about twice the cost of Oral-B equivalents. Not a deal breaker for many, but something to consider if you have a fairly tight budget. At 98 grams it's pretty lightweight too, with the handle depth and thickness not exceeding 2.5 centimeters. Those with limited dexterity might enjoy it being light, but might struggle to get a good grip as the handle has that slimmer profile. Of particular interest is the textured surface to the round body, which makes for a slightly more secure grip compared to the smooth and glossy or matte finishes of other brush handles. Textured rubber grips like that on the Oral-B Vitality can be more comfortable, but the more difficult to clean. The design on the 2100 hasn't posed any issues in keeping the handle clean for me. A 2-minute timer with automatic power off and 30-second pacer are built in. These are so helpful in my opinion for achieving an even clean of the teeth and encouraging me to brush for the right amount of time. Whilst in use, the 2100 produces an audible humming sound that I measured at approximately 57 decibels, a little lower than most brushes. Inside the handle is a lithium-ion battery that is claimed to offer at least 14 days of use on a single charge. In my hands-on testing, I managed 44. This is impressive and better than most of the competition at this price point. Supplied is a USB charging stand which can be more versatile for some, but the lack of a 2-pin plug adapter might be an annoyance for others. Adapters can be purchased separately. It can take up to 24 hours to fully charge the battery, but I have found that typically the charging is much quicker. There is an LED on the handle to give feedback on the remaining power and charge status, a feature overlooked, believe it or not, on some handles. It's also great to see Philips embracing repairability and sustainability somewhat. Not that I would hope it would be necessary, but the battery can be easily removed and replaced at home should it fail, giving me and you the opportunity to extend its usable life. It should be noted that all the packaging is paper-based now, no plastic in sight other than the brush itself, and the brush heads are now made from 70% bio-based plastic. Sadly, at the time of review, Philips offers no recycling program like challenger brand Surrey does. Personally, I think they are missing a trick here. And for those wondering, China is the country of manufacture. With a retail price of around £60 but a typical selling price of £30, the 2100 costs approximately £85 to own over 3 years. If you want a good value Sonicare brush, this is a great choice, but spending just a bit more gets what I think is a better brush in the 31 or 4100 series.